Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's coverage of Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble series. Yes, it is RF2, it's TA2s, it doesn't get better than this. It's proudly brought to you by Matchfit Entertainment, NAUTECH, CQ Steel and Industries and KOOKABURRA Cycles, and like I said, Matchfit Entertainment's involved. That means you've got Davo, myself, and J-Man right by my side. J-Man, how are you doing this evening?
I am great, mate. Welcome, viewers. Welcome, everybody. It's another great day, another great Saturday night to be here in the heart of the Waikato in New Zealand. Back here
Round
across
5.
the Tasman for round 5
Yeah.
at Hampton Downs. Some may refer to it as Hairpin Downs.
Well,
however,
rightly so, but yes.
we are here and we have got the team firing out of pit lane right now for the one and only qualifying session that they'll do tonight, Davo. Like you mentioned, round 5. Big news today too, mate, with the series. Obviously, drivers been absolutely thrashed throughout the series, muscling these big TA2s around the circuits across the Tasman and then back here again, and
back
have
and
decided
forth, yes.
to call a 1 week grace break to let everybody reset the clock and repair the damage and get ready for that finale in the dark at SMP. So
yeah, definitely good point, J-Man. Yes, quick. They're going to have a quick break before the finale, and like you mentioned, it will be at Sydney Motorsport Park, Eastern, aka Eastern Creek, and it will be under lights. So it gives the boys a bit of a chance to just sort of get up to speed a little bit, I suppose, with a night race in these beasts. You know, like these guys, like I said, have been dealing with these things for 4 rounds up until tonight, and yes, just give themselves a chance to take a bit of a breath, do some repairs, and get out there and give it a good hard shot for the final round at Eastern Creek, J-Man. But tonight is what we're focusing on now, and we are at Hampton. It is round 5. It is the Hardcore Online Gaming 2024 TA2 V8 Rumble series. Matchfit's on board. You and myself, J-Man. This is going to be awesome. These guys, Hardcore did a shakedown here in these cars. I think we even telecast it, actually.
Yeah, we did.
The shakedown.
Yeah. Seems like so long ago, but however, it was probably only around 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. So these guys up to speed, aren't they? Like, I think that the guys were talking earlier that a 103 was pretty quick. A 102 or 103 was pretty quick around here 6 weeks ago. These guys are hitting 1-0s at the moment.
In
pre-race practice.
A couple of them potentially getting into the 1 minute 0.9 bracket. So, lots of engineering gone in probably pre-season into this track. Obviously, having been the shakedown track, one of them, and also turning back up. Excuse the pun, but all these drivers here starting to get a little bit match fit to the TA2. So
yes, definitely, J-Man.
So no, we appreciate the energy that these guys have put into the series, and do appreciate that there is 15 cars out on track here for these 3 races here tonight. Obviously, viewers, if you've been tuned in and you have been watching the series, they do 1 qualifying session followed by 2 sprint races, 15-minute sprints, no pit stop required on this series.
No mucking around, J-Man, no mucking around.
And then they back it up with a 25-minute feature. And albeit they sound like relatively quick-fire races, and they are, they go by very, very quickly. That 25-minute one is proven to be a little bit of a challenge on
It's a proper race, isn't it? Yeah, it definitely is a proper race, and the guys having to just have a bit of a quick think about tyre wear, like you mentioned. But look, we have seen some epic racing, J-Man, in these quick-fire races here. At Hardcore in RF2, J-Man, in the TA2s, really, look, they're a difficult car to muscle around, and these guys, we've seen some amazing racing, J-Man, some really amazing racing from these guys, really muscling these things side by side, really close quarter stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And just tuning in, looking at the tennis Venta time, that 1 minute point 025, 101.025 versus Aerosmith's 101.073. So what's that? 48 one thousandths or something like that on the clock to be that close. And then Fields, he just bangs in a time too to be only around 3/10 off the front row at the moment.
3/10.
And then Pete Dawson, he's only around 4.5 away, and then we've got a little bit of a jump there to Coolspring there at about 1.2. So it shows the class of the top four here right now. And Richo and Chris haven't even banged a time in yet.
No. But look, like we've seen in the races leading up, like throughout the season so far, J-Man, and we must thank, I think Aaron Tripoli. Newcomer last week, also Richo, newcomer last week as well. Those guys featuring heavily in that mid-pack, as did Coilspring, as we know.
Yeah,
Vaughan Martin, Les Wilson, and Phil Davison's back.
Yeah, good to see Phil Davison back on the grid, mate.
So plenty going on here tonight with a few of... it's just adding to that mid-pack, which we have seen is just been crazy epic racing throughout the series so far, J-Man. I don't think it's going to change any much tonight here at Hampton. A few extra twisty corners just thrown in compared to Queensland Raceway. The old paperclip last week, very, very flat, boring-looking track on paper. But, man, did it provide some serious action, mate.
Yeah, 100%. And actually, speaking of which, you mentioned the number 3 car, Aaron Tibbley. He actually featured really, really strongly straight up there. And then already sitting P5 out of this 15-car field, although we have just dropped one. I'm not sure who we've lost. I see 14 on the grid at the moment. We just lost someone intermittently.
I did talk to him in pre-race, pre-race there, and he said that everybody had upped their game a little bit, and he was happy with 6th. I think his pre-race practice time was. So he'll be happy sitting in 5th there at the moment, but he's got the likes of Corswing and Vaughan Martin and Phil Davison behind him as well, just to keep him honest. Also, Kenny Simpson. Mate, there's so many big names here. Richo. We got OR Chris, missed around last week at Queensland. He's back in the room as well and out on track, J-Man. So, this is going to be good.
Yeah, and he's just coming round to, he was a bit late out of the pits. So he's just firing it down into turn 2, just slightly wide of the apex. They're very loose on the exit too.
Very taily in the 69 Pennzoil car. But we've seen how quick that thing can be. Richo also just rolling out the all-white Dodge. A little bit late to the qualifying session, J-Man. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Still time, though, J-Man.
Tennis Venta last round was a 101.016.
What was that one?
It was a 101.1. So just slightly missed the mark there on the second run on that set of tyres to go there. But
not by much, J-Man. Not by much, though. Aerosmith, obviously, and we will touch on the points a little bit later in the broadcast, J-Man.
Yep.
But Venta, Aerosmith, we got Field, Dawson, and Chris, all vying for the top spots there, J-Man, as we will delve into a little bit later on. But yeah, plenty going on, and Hampton. I can't wait for this one, J-Man. It is the penultimate round for the Ta2, the season 1 here at Hardcore Online Gaming. And these guys are really taking to these cars. And we've seen some epic stuff, J-Man, over the last 4 rounds.
Yeah, okay, so I just worked out that it was one of our naming right sponsors. I think it was Andrew Turner, who we just lost off the grid there. We have still got him on comm, so hopefully Andrew can just sort out those technical gremlins and get their car back out there, because that is one of the NAUTECH sponsored cars,
Yes.
driven by the NAUTECH CEO.
The one and only, Andrew
Great
Turner.
to see that car out on the grid.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, just Google that name and you'll work out who that is. So, I know he's having some internet techie issues tonight. So let's hope Andrew can stay connected and really give this a crack as we've got cameras on, I think, Pete Dawson at the moment with 30 seconds to go in qualifying, J-Man.
Yeah, he's rolled out of it. Look, he's going to share the second row provisionally with Pete Dawson unless Timperley can do something about it, because there's only a couple of tenths between those guys. Timperley actually bettering his time the last lap round. Can he go one better? Can he go up a row to the second row and share that with the likes of Paul Field?
Camera's on Timperley at the moment, J-Man, and super committed. Through that midsection of the track there, really flicking that car around, trying to get the best out of the Chevy. Mate, he's on this. OR Chris up, just tickling, I think, now 5th position provisionally, but Timperley up on his time, J-Man.
Yeah, he is. Sector 1 was a good 19.0, 21.2 for the second sector. Sees him close by. He's going to be very, very close to the OR Chris or the Pete Dawson time here. What does he do?
So close.
Slightly short of the mark, 101.547. Isn't as good as his 101.512. So nothing short of consistent, though, Davo.
Oh, absolutely not, J-Man.
And Chris on the gas again. The first sector, not comparable to Stewie Aerosmith's or Tinnis Venta's. However, it was close. It was a 19.1, 21.0. Is close to the top two sectors. What can he pull out in the third sector? Possibly good for Fieldsy, maybe Pete Dawson here. So he knocks Fieldsy down.
Yeah, drops. Yeah, so Chris across the line. I think we got Richo still out on track and Hainsworth still out on track as well, J-Man. But provisional positions there. You can see that Venter hitting the top of the list. Aerosmith. Chris
Richo's
Fields.
on a number that's going to see him. He's butchered
goes
it.
well wide, and you can see him in the background looping that car around. So Fields, Dawson, Timperley, Kenny Simpson, Richo, Corspring, Vaughan Martin rounding out the top 10. J-Man. Let's have a quick look at the points.
Yeah, so now this is interesting because obviously Tennis Venter up the top here tonight for race 1, starting out of pole position. But the man of the moment throughout the series, ever so consistent, was really battling pretty hard with OR Chris throughout that until he missed a round, is Stewie Aerosmith out there on 1,005 points after a very successful first 4 rounds over Paul Field on 866. And then Tennis Venter, super consistent in the series as well, 787. This is a guy that was going to show up when he could and has been ever present the whole series. So we appreciate the support of Tennis in the NAUTECH Mustang.
Of course.
And then OR Chris, however, missed a round.
Oh, well,
but
I think he missed a race in the first. He missed the main race, I think, in the first round, and he missed last week. So dropped down a little bit. But he's still got Dawson to contend with as well. Not that far behind, J-Man.
Yeah, he's right there. 770 plays 732. And then you've got Corspring, 655 in there in 6th position. Les Wilson, great series so far. Made every race, made every round. Had an engine failure here, I believe, in the shakedown, Davo. Not lap 1, but certainly race 1 on the shakedown had an engine failure. I'm sure they've tuned that up. And then Vota in P8, Kenny Simpson, P9, and then Chris Hainsworth. I don't think we've got Chris on the grid here tonight, but he is out of 10. But good to see Martin back.
And either we don't have Vota here as well. I don't think he was here in Queensland last week either, J-Man.
No, so that is effectively the top 10, and then obviously we've got Timmy Hainsworth back. He's in there, P14, and with no Mitchie Campbell and no Super out there tonight looking to make some gains. Also no Chris Hainsworth. So who else have we got? Just looking through the field. Maxie's back, so Maxie will make some gains here. Andrew Turner, if we can get Andrew back to the grid, that'll be great. But yeah, as mentioned, Phil Davison back Only made round 1 before he had massive PC failure, and then has missed every round since. So good to see him back and see that thing running strong. So
definitely, and obviously newcomer Aaron Timberley as well.
Timberley.
So and
Yep.
Richo.
And
Richo.
Copy that. So, look, that is the point situation. And obviously, we've just got a little break while these drivers are just preparing these race cars to go for what is a rolling start in the first of 3 races. First 2, 15 minutes. Second one, a 25-minute feature. Don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly, won't we, David?
We will. Hit the like and subscribe, guys. Grab a beer and sit yourself back down in the seat. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm black.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope no one's gone too far. If you are late to the broadcast, you have joined us here for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series. It's round 5. We're at Hampton Downs. As you can see clearly, the boys are rolling away for their formation lap behind the V8Rumble safety car as we speak. The broadcast is proudly brought to you by Matchfit Entertainment, NAUTECH, CQ Steel Industries, KOOKABURRA Cycles and Gamma Flare. J-Man is by my side. Look, mate, this is going to be an awesome one. 15 minutes hardcore TA2s at Hampton.
Yeah, and a great job there from Tinnis Venter to put that thing on pole. However, I don't want to jinx the guy, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back 7 days and just reference the performance of this driver in this car. He was very, very fast. However, I felt like at one point there towards the back end, he may have fell into some tyre issues and got rounded up by Stewie Fieldsy. And I think at one point, maybe Pete Dawson was in there as well. So he's super fast. I just hope that Mustang can hang on to its tyre here around this Hampton Downs circuit in the Waikato of New Zealand. Because I tell you what, there's a lot of change of direction here. There's a lot of opportunities for them to get it worked up out of, I think, for me, the danger zones, turn 3, 4 and 5.
Definitely, J-Man, as the boys are in formation, nicely, tightly bunched behind the V8Rumble safety car. It peels away into the pits. Look at how tight these guys are. They are keen, J-Man. We're just about to go green on round 5 here at Hampton Downs. Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 TA2 V8Rumble series. We are green into one. And look at Chris right on the back of Tinnis. Aerosmith on the outside and wide. Can he gather that up? Paul Field, vulnerable to Paul Field. But that's Dawson on the inside.
Yeah, Stu will have rights back to the left-hander, but a great start from OR Chris.
Oh, definitely tagged on the back of Tinnis Venter already, J-Man. That is, I think,
Dawson and Timperley with a little bit of a
that is Timperley in the other Chevy there, a little bit of gizzing. That's put Kenny Simpson in the mix as well, and that is Timperley a little bit wide on the exit.
And it happens that quick, mate, as they drop down through that dipper in the left-hander coming towards the final corner of the circuit. He just got a little bit wide there, but however, still battle stations ahead. Chris really putting the pressure on Tinnis Venter early. Those two are broken away a little bit
immediately,
Aerosmith. But Paul Fields moving forward ahead of Pete Dawson there.
Yeah, so good clean start from the boys there, J-Man. Immediately, everybody just nose to tail again. Timperley a little bit wide. Or was that Richo? Actually, it might have been Richo. Just tagged in behind Kenny Simpson. Yep.
So
we're just going to keep an eye on what's going on out in front there, J-Man, with Chris Aerosmith and Tinnis Venter. But just in the background there, it looked like Vaughan Martin as well on. And here we go. That's Timperley.
Out the inside. Vaughan Martin looking for a switchback, but he's just got that covered, I think, down to
he's got the rights to that final corner there. Oh, Martin on to the inside, just showing the nose there, J-Man. Let's get back up the pointy end here. Has Venter got the consistency? You did touch on this as we went. Fired this up green.
1:01.4 for a first flying lap.
Wow.
Very, very good.
Really, that is.
However, Stewie Aerosmith's the quickest car out there at the moment on a 1:01.3. Now, if you remember back 6 weeks, Dave, if you can, the secret source. The secret source for this track on the shakedown round was Chris absolutely having superior drive off the final corner. That was the ticket to the night. However, looks like Tinnis Venter's got the secret sauce here tonight because he's managing to hold him at bay, and now he's going to get a bit of a hurry up because Stewie Aerosmith's right in there
that's allowed Aerosmith to stay in touch, hasn't it? Not far behind though, J-Man. Field with Dawson These guys, sparring partners over throughout the series here. Kenny Simpson and the newcomer Richo. Now Richo again, very wide, J-Man, behind Simpson.
Yeah, we saw him in the final phase of qualifying up on his delta, but actually blew it at that part of the racetrack, so he needs to just be careful there. Stewie Aerosmith, this trio at the front is starting to really heat up his...
Oh, fantastic. But nearly backs it in there, J-Man, under the bridge, into the... it's turn 2 there.
Effectively, yes.
So we're already 11 and a half minutes, over 11 and a half minutes to go here, J-Man. So time ticks.
Quick 15-minute races, mate. It's not going to take long.
No, very, very quickly. These guys know they need to really get an advantage here. It'll run away pretty quickly as these tyres will suffer with this sort of pace, J-Man.
Something going on. Richo's got no front splitter on that car, and there is an absolute melee of cars coming down out of through the dip. I'm not sure what's going on, but Richo with no front splitter on that car.
Oh, not at all. So that is Max Cat just in front of him. And oh no, here we go.
A little bit of gizzing down into turn 1 with OR Chris and Tinnis Venter.
So no surprise there, J-Man. This is going to heat up. We really got to stay on this.
Yeah, you got to stay up here. This is the battle. This is the podium. Which order they
finish? Here we go. As he forced the issue there. Aerosmith right there, J-Man.
Yeah, a little bit of gizzing on the back of Chris as well. So this is very, very tight. And I'll tell you what, there's a clear trio in behind them that is led by Paul Field over Pete Dorset, and then Kenny Simpson's gone with. And then it's a little bit disjointed after that. However, another good battle between Max Cat, Vaughan Martin, and Les Wilson also. With, I believe it's Timmy Hainsworth just on the back of that. So that's a pretty big battle. Richo, with the damage, has still managed to clear out from there. But status quo at the front with under 10 minutes to run.
Chris, very sideways, J-Man, into 1. And we saw him all locked up into 2 here.
Fieldsy gets it wrong out of 1. It lost 2 positions in one corner. He lost to Pete Dorset and to Kenny Simpson out of turn 1 there.
So, look, that's an unforced error there from Fields. So, like you mentioned, J-Man, 2 clear battles going on in this field here, as we're already in, at 9 minutes to go. So we've already a third of the race already cleared. But Pete Dawson, Kenny Simpson, and Paul Field with Tennis Venter, that's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tennis Venter, Chris and Aerosmith.
Oh, that's such a tight battle, mate. One of those guys blinks, and that will switch around.
Oh, look, I just wonder whether Chris has just really cooked his tyres, trying to make that happen in those first couple of laps, J-Man. Now looking at
a big look.
Yeah, just looking vulnerable. Venter just driving the car cleaner. Knows that if he covers the line, he's good. So, but just look through that twisty stuff. Chris, so fast, J-Man. Here we go into this first of the switchbacks.
Yeah, look, there's a real potential to fire the car down the inside of here because you do hug the outside line to get the sweep back. You are vulnerable on the exit if you do that. Fire it down the inside because you're just a little shallow for that corner. Now, look, I think Tennis Venter's doing a great job here making the pace. I'm just trying to watch the margin back to Dawson, whether or not that trio at the back is actually making inroads, because Tennis Venter's kind of racing fast enough, but backing this up a little bit.
Oh, look how close the Pennzoil Shell 69 Mustang is this time, though. Oh, around the outside.
Oh, it's a long way around there. It's Stewie Aerosmith will be a shot
covers. Here we go. It's on.
He's having a good look. Aerosmith a little bit wide of the apex, just going to cost him as they come up through 2-3.
This will distract Chris, J-Man, in all this. Dawson with a clean bit of air now between himself and Kenny Simpson. Yep. Paul Field also a little bit of a gap behind Kenny as well. So those guys have equalised a little bit, J-Man.
They have.
We cannot get our eyes off this battle here. What's going on just a little bit behind between Tipperley, Coyle and Richo, J-Man?
Yeah, that's sort of spread out a little bit at the moment, mate. I think the close battle was Les Wilson and Timmy Hainsworth were pretty close, just on the back of Max Cat there. So, but once again, it is the battle at the front is the one to watch because it is very, very tight. And I just feel we're one pinch break or one little bit of oversteer away from
slightest of mistakes. Yeah, that's it.
Something going on. I just feel like Chris is so strong down into one. Stewie's right there with him, and I tell you what, Stewie's a smart racer. He'll be learning a lot from the lines he's seeing out of that Pennzoil Shell 69 Mustang. So
I'm just seeing the aggression from Aerosmith's car too. Like every time it looks like Chris is getting held up that little bit by Tinnis, Aerosmith has got the car out on the side in the wing mirror, just going, "I'm right here, mate." You know, like just really, really forcing that issue there and showing great intent. And
when I referenced the lap before, Davo, that Pete Dawson was 4.1 seconds behind the battle of Aerosmith, Venter and Chris, he is now 3.5. So when I mentioned that Venter was doing a great job driving defensively out the front, he is backing this pack up a little bit. The race pace has dropped into the 102s. This last lap round, 101.9, 102.
Oh, Aerosmith on the outside into one on Chris. Chris looking the most vulnerable I think I've seen him all season so far, J-Man.
Oh, Aerosmith just misses the apex again, just pushing so hard.
Yep.
Now, last lap round, Pete Dawson, fastest car out on track with a 101.6, so significantly
nice
faster than the front three. So
he's catching this group, isn't he?
Yeah, 5 minutes to go, potentially could run out of time. But look, a little bit of contact. That was Chris on Tinnis Venter. The middle of the corner just sends Venter wide down through that left-hander down the hill. But status quo, and Stewie's in the box seat here. A guy that's got kind of almost, half a hand on the trophy at the moment, and he's sitting in the box seat. A P3 here tonight. He won't.
That's nothing to sneeze at, J-Man.
No, he won't sneeze at that at all. Although, look at the line of that Camaro down into one. He just really shallow on the entry.
Oh, look, all three of them took a totally different line into one there, didn't they? So,
they did.
look, really managing their setups and their tyre in their own way, J-Man. And look, that aggression that we saw in the first couple of laps, although it hasn't gone away, the dynamics changed a little bit, hasn't it? Like you can see these guys just being a little bit more conservative here and there, trying to pick that right line.
What has changed is the gap to Dawson. It's now 2.8, Dave.
Wow,
we said 3.5.
You can clearly see that now.
Yeah, I'm measuring it at the same point of the track every lap.
Oh,
and
Chris
look at
on the outside. Venter sideways trying to get the power down, and Aerosmith, J-Man.
Yeah, this is what Stewie was waiting for, mate. He was just sitting there being patient and just waiting for his opportunity. But I tell you what, the fastest man out there is Pete Dawson. Once again, banks a 101.8 versus those guys 103s and Stewie Aerosmith's 102. So, although a little bit of a run wide out of turn one was Pete Dawson then. So, a little bit excited about it all. And with only 3.25 minutes to go, I tell you what, Stewie's going to be a hard beat here.
Oh, look, definitely, J-Man, but you called it a couple of laps before that, as we see again,
side by
side. Chris and Venter, and Chris around the outside again. Here we go. Is Venter struggling for tyres? I did hear a little bit of a murmur post-race about tyre wear from the Venter team, and here we go.
I like the Dawson car here for a potential podium.
Oh, Chris, super sideways, getting that drive. Again, look at that. Venter clearly struggling with tyres, J-Man. And where's Dawson? Right there.
Right there, mate. Right there. What an absolute stellar race these guys are having.
You called it 3 laps ago. This is a whisker away from a major, major problem. As we see Venter super sideways. Dawson.
He's right in the mix. He's looking for a podium here. Look at Kenny Simpson ranging up on the back of this battle.
2 minutes to go, J-Man.
Oh, Fieldsy,
Aerosmith.
very, very sideways in the background.
As you just saw in back a shot there, Paul Field wicking the purple people leader.
Dawson shows the nose on the inside.
Oh, here we go. Venter is clearly struggling with tyres. He's off. He's round.
Loops it up.
And I've got a funny feeling. Oh, Chris as well, probably struggling with rubber as well. But
So Dawson to a podium,
he's got a gap here, so he might be able to manage it over the next 1 minute and 30 odd seconds. Wow, J-Man, these guys never fail to deliver, I tell ya. Mate, in these cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Richo doing a stellar job out there, P8 with no front splitter on that car. Can't be easy. Timberley up in 7th. Venter back to 6th behind Paul Field after that loop around out of the left-hander down the hill. Kenny Simpson is right in touch. I tell you what, if Dawson or Chris make a mistake, Kenny Simpson is driving this CQ Steel Mustang so straight at the moment. I think probably a very standout drive tonight from Kenny Simpson.
Yeah, I'm just looking back there through the field there. 8th position, Richo. You really got to give it to the guy. There's no front clip on that car.
Yep.
He's still making it happen. Chris, one more lap to go. He has Dawson right behind him, and I would say that car is suffering for tyre wear at the moment. Dawson with a good clean race so far, just been sitting back, taking it all in, and here we go through one over the back wing of the Pennzoil 69 Mustang of Chris. Oh, look how close that Dodge is, J-Man.
And I tell you what, it bodes well for race number 3 here tonight to see what the tyre's going to do on the circuit for a 25 feature, because I tell you what, the back end of 15, they look like they don't have a lot of rubber left on the rear of these cars.
Not at all, J-Man.
Chris tips it in sideways.
Oh, it just goes full drift mode there. Yep. Yeah, definitely. One more corner as we see Aerosmith rolling up.
Comes around.
And out of the final corner. Nice work from Aerosmith. Just sat back there, super patient.
Yeah.
And it
didn't do anything wrong, mate.
Takes race 1, first 15-minute race here in Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series at round 5. Celebrating Chris. Pete
Dawson by the smallest margin, and then Kenny Simpson right in there as well. And then we will go back to P5 for Paul Field. Tinnis Venter rounds that not far behind him, P6. Aaron Timperley, P7. Richo drives that busted
ass thing back.
Up to P8. Cool Spring brings it across the line as we speak for P9. Les Wilson actually just got to move down on Vaughan Martin out of the final turn.
So unfortunate for Vaughan.
Les takes the top 10 over Vaughan Martin, brings that Mustang home strong in P11. Maxi in the Ghost car comes across P12. Timmy Hainsworth, not that far behind, put a little bit of effort in, did Timmy this week, and got back up on the pace. So good to see
for sure.
The newcomer right in there, and then unfortunate there for Phil Davison. Probably succumbed to maybe potentially some hardware issues. He's nursing a pretty beat up, struggling computer there. So good to see him out there. But that is the field. What a great result. We won't muck around. We will grab Pete Dawson pretty quickly, mate, for a quick chat to the comms crew on what was a very, very action-packed race. And Pete Dawson drives it to P3. Well done, Pete.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Mate, your eyes would have lit up. There was plenty going on in front of you. But I tell you, that mid-phase of the race, when those guys got in battle and they were doing... They were doing 102s, and I saw you banking in those 101.8s, 101.6s.
Yep.
That was the key. You were 4.1 seconds behind when I first noticed, and then next lap it was 3.5. Next lap it was 2.8. Next lap you were on it, and then, mate, you didn't need any more invitation, did you? Once it all opened up.
Yeah, it's amazing what a bit of free track does for you. But yeah, those guys had a bit of a fight on their hands.
Yeah, fantastic.
Unlucky for Paul there.
Yeah, it is what it is, mate. That's racing. You got to be in there. Well done, Pete. Gives you a good starting position for this next one again. So well done, mate. Congrats on the podium for race 1 here in round 5.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, Pete, Dawson, everyone.
Yeah, and next guy up was we're not sure whether, because we are in the Waikato Hampton Downs, whether Chris handed that car over for the final laps to Mad Mike, but we have got OR Chris on comms. You got us, mate?
Yep. Yeah.
Mate, what a battle. What an absolute epic battle the whole race long you had.
We got you?
Yeah, sorry.
Did you just mute yourself? Who are you swearing?
I was talking to Wayno. I was trying to get another driver in. No, that was a great battle.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I had tennis sorted, I thought, but I knew Stu was quick behind me, so unfortunately, we kind of got together, and Stu just had a freebie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you were both skating out of that final corner. You were both all wriggling and trying to get the power down, and Stewie just going, "Yes, guys."
Now, we had this chat with you 6 weeks ago, if you remember, Chris. And the secret sauce I felt that round was the drive that you had off the final corner.
Yes, in the shakedown. Yeah.
Yeah, it appears like maybe the other two have got similar drive. However, for me, your car through turn 1 looks exceptional, and into turn 2, very good under brakes, very good at the apex, mate. Would that be a correct assumption?
Yeah. I feel like everyone else has either learnt the car much better or also improved their setups. So, whatever advantage I had doesn't really show up as much anymore. But I was definitely quicker than Pinnis in the first few corners, but he was equally quick in the last few. So it's hard to get a good run on him. He defended the inside into turn 1 perfectly, so I just had nowhere to really go. So it was a good battle.
Yeah.
Well, it bodes well for us, Chris, because, like we've seen when you get fresh air, mate, you certainly make some margins. So I think tonight, I think you're up for a really good night because you've got some battles on your hands, I'm sure, which you'll very much entertain. So well done on a P2 race 1, mate. Super looking forward to the next one, pal.
Yep, thank you.
Nice work,
mate. There is
Chris, everyone.
And from P2, and we'll grab the man of the minute, the current series leader, and I'll tell you what, this bloke can seem to do not a lot wrong.
And very much worthy of J-Man, and pulling off another win here in race 1 in round 5.
The statistician, I feel like we should try and get him a job on maybe the America's Cup boat with Team New Zealand, because he has got all the formula about how to get to the front of these things at the moment. Stewie Aerosmith.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Mate, what an epic race, mate. You sat in there super patiently and just picked your moment, and then it was all meat and drink from there.
Yeah, I had a feeling that something might go down. We were running close together.
It was right there, wasn't it, all the time?
Yeah, I gave Chris one little tap, I think like turn 5, something like that. But I knew something was going to go down, whether it was going to be me involved or not. But they went wide there in the last corner, and I thought, right, I've just got to maximise the drive 2 really fast laps.
Yeah, so you had to focus to keep your car just driving out of that corner beautifully while they elbowed out, really started punching on through the corner, and you just sailed straight past them, mate. Awesome work.
Yeah, no, I'll take that.
Great stuff, Stewie. That bodes well for the series hunt that you are well in, because you are still leading the series.
Definitely.
A little bit of margin now, mate. And look, when you turn up and you do stuff like that and go to the top step, mate, confidence is building, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, take the freebies when you can get them. But yeah, I was sort of thinking around top 5 tonight. So I'll see where I go off P1 for the next one. So
awesome.
Elbows out.
Yep.
Go get them, mate. Well done.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, mate. Just that's Stewie Aerosmith out of P1. We'll take a quick break, Davo. What an amazing race
another
that one is.
Amazing race. These guys not failing to deliver once again here at Hampton Downs for the Hardcore Online Gaming 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, grab another bevy, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you haven't gone too far. If you're late to the broadcast, you have joined us here for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 TA2 series, J-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, look, we just finished the first 15-minute sprint race, and it was next level. To say the least, J-Man. These guys have delivered all the way through the series, and here at Hampton Downs for round 5, mate, it's nothing different at all. We're just these guys straight into it.
And look, finishing positions from race 1 see a very, very different looking, probably mid-pack. To even the front, Tinnis Venter started out a pole for race 1, starts at a P6. Aerosmith started out of around P3, P2 or P3, no, 2, sorry, he starts out of P1. Chris started out of P3, P4-ish, and he starts P2. So the likes of, I think, Kenny out of P4 is a good starting position for Kenny. Looked for him to be strong. I thought he was one of the drivers that drove the car the straightest. I think that will pay dividends for the 25. Obviously, we've got another 15-minute sprint here, Davo. But,
yes, and look at the quality of drivers through this field here, J-Man. Pretty well all the way through. There's a couple of stragglers at the end there with, obviously Phil just coming up, just getting his computer back sorted, and Timmy Hainsworth, new to the series, Max, not a lot of seat time, but Vaughan, Martin, Les, Wilson, Coyle, Spring, Richo, Timperley has just jumped in there, full bore, Tinnis Venter, Paul Field, Kenny Simpson, mate, the whole field. J-Man.
Stewie Aerosmith out of P1 here, mate. This guy's so calculated, I feel like he's done the numbers. You heard him talking about, top 5 would be good. We're about to go green, but we've got we've got a few seconds. I don't think he'll contest too hard for the P1 spot. However, he will try and lock in P2 if he has to, and just try and drive this thing home.
For sure, J-Man, as the V8 Rumble safety car rolls into the pits, and we are green. Stu Aerosmith over Chris.
Yeah, good start for Stewie. Gets the optimum line down through 1.
Good start from Simpson as well. Dawson with the inside line, though. We've also
Kenny
got...
should live here on the outside.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As well as Tinnis Venter on Fieldsy, J-Man. And Aerosmith got the measure on Chris there.
Well, that's a net game for Simpson.
Fields on Venter. Should I say J-Man?
Yep.
Good move there. And Venter 3
wide. Fieldsy got it wrong, and he wasn't even a part of that.
How did that happen? That was Richo, Spring, and Aaron Tipperley. So that just got way out of hand there, J-Man. But look at that midfield. This is the first lap as Aerosmith runs across the line.
Yeah, sprints away.
Yeah, Chris tucked in behind. Kenny Simpson in 3rd. Nice work from Kenny to hold that. But he's got Pete Dawson to deal with yet.
He gained that position. He started out of 4th, got 3rd very, very quickly off the start. But I tell you what, the battle at the moment is
behind Paul Field.
It's the Venter, Fieldsy, Richo.
Richo and Fieldsy around. Fields has dodged, just backing onto the track there a little bit.
Yeah, she's all gone away down there. Fieldsy just tries to flick spin it round, though gets a lot of understeer push. Is this the race where we see the first safety car? There's a lot of guys involved. That Maxi involved in that.
And that's it, J-Man. Look, there is, if you read into the details of the series, there is a safety car available to be deployed, but we just haven't seen it. J-Man, these guys just racing so.
Well, we have seen it. We did see it at QR, mate. We did see it. It was sprung upon us. So we have seen it once. It just happened so quickly and so cleanly that it was hard to determine. But we have seen it once, I believe, this series. So, however, Chris working his magic over Dewey Aerosmith at the moment. But once again, like Chris said about Tinnis if the car gets on the right line. So very, very hard to pass, Davo.
Oh, absolutely, J-Man. And you mentioned Tinnis in 5th position at the moment. So we've got 2 clear battles there. It's the Aerosmith, OR Chris, Kenny Simpson, Pete Dawson battle. Tinnis in a little bit of a breathing space after some, like some really serious elbows out stuff going on behind between, well, not actually Coyle, but Coyle's been the beneficiary of it. And we've got Timberley, one of the newcomers in the Chevy, now pushing.
Looking for the this flying lap time of these two boys, Stewie Aerosmith and OR Chris. Stewie with a 101.3, OR Chris with a 101.4. So Stewie got the fastest lap of the race at the moment.
Oh, there you go. As we just see Davison around again out of that little downhill hairpin, J-Man. Yep. Very awkward corner there.
Very tricky.
Cameras on Richo at the moment, just chasing down Paul Field. Paul Field getting tangled up in something that we thought he was probably a little bit ahead of. So I just wondered what happened there, J-Man. Would be interesting to look at the replays. But we will get out and over the back wing of Aerosmith's car because who has
Chris
he got?
is right there.
And look, we could probably just take that same camera shot over the back of Kenny Simpson's car and just see Pete Dawson as well. But we will get back to this Aerosmith our Chris battle, and it's that run out of the line. And we did touch base with Chris about that car setup and just the way it gets the power down out of that final corner here at Hampton Downs.
Oh, and he takes the quickest lap of the race, that one there on a 101.2. So getting perilously close to qualifying times not so long ago when they dropped down into those low 101s. Very, very fast time. As you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this time 6 weeks ago at the shakedown, a 103 was great territory to be in.
Yeah, a couple of seconds. It was a couple of seconds difference, wasn't it? Yeah. So, these guys definitely getting a handle on their setup. And look, really sort of getting a handle on these cars, J-Man, probably more to the point, isn't it? So
Tinnis Venter, I believe, is going to get into this battle with Simpson and Dawson for the podium. And that will be a 3-way fight, I believe, within the next 2-3 minutes for the rest of the race over who's going to get P3. And I don't expect OR Chris is going to just shadow Stewie for the next 9 minutes and 54 seconds at all. Aaron Timperley, I'm not sure if that was already done, but around Coil Spring, I think it was the pass.
Yeah, okay, so that was a legit pass there.
Yep.
So we're not up to speed with our replays here on our RF2 broadcast at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We hopefully we can fix that, sort that out. But like you just mentioned, J-Man, is Chris going to sit back and just shadow Aerosmith? Definitely not. Is Kenny Simpson under pressure from Pete Dawson now? Definitely so. And Venter starting to range up on that as well. So just watch that space.
Yeah, so I think Stewie's just going to have to be careful into the final turn because I've just been watching the way that Chris gets the car off of the left-hander coming down to this final turn, and he sets the car up very strong. He's got nothing for Stewie on the exit. These cars are very equally matched out of the final turn now.
The initial turn-in to Apex from Chris's car is amazing. And the way it gets its power down after that is amazing as well. So very dominant car. And we saw it 6 odd weeks ago, like you said, J-Man, in the shakedown. Super sideways. Again, just that
little bit of gizzing.
That braking advantage that OR Chris has got. Look, nearly bringing him unstuck there, J-Man.
Oh, Vaughan Martin off at turn 1 just allows Yuli to go down the inside. Vaughan looks to take it back, however, grabs a whole lot of grass and Yuli sweeps around the outside.
Oh, nice
take that
work.
position.
Nice work from Les there in the Nengun performance. Chevy Camaro, J-Man, nice work.
Yeah, it's a great battle going on out front. This is the muscle. This is effectively the series leader challenging against a guy that was really challenging him a couple of rounds ago for the title hunt. Chris racing out of P4 in the championship at the moment. And where is Paul Field? Paul Field is in P10. So Tinnis Venter P5. So I'm just looking at the stats on the leaderboard at the moment as far as the championship's concerned. And I'll tell you what, there could be a big mix-up through a few of those places heading into the final round in 2 weeks' time, Davo.
Oh, J-Man, and look, it's not just the battle at the top here, but look, the battle of the minor placings in the podium here as Dawson.
Starting to have a big look on Kenny around the outside. Kenny goes to the inside. Can Dawson do a cutback here? He's going to be wide. Tinnis Venter gets the optimum line behind them.
Yeah, so every corner these guys go side by side or battle with J-Man as Dawson again shows the nose on Simpson. That just allows Venter just to make those gains, and this is very quickly becoming a three-way battle, J-Man.
Yeah, for 4P3.
4P3, that's right.
Yeah, and I just saw once again, so I feel like that Shell 69 Pennzoil / Mustang into turn 1 has really got something in the setup there. He tipped it in. He's got such good turn in. However, he got a little sideways. Stewie running a little bit wide out of effectively turn 4 then, and it's really put OR Chris right on the hunt here now as they head down the hill for this tight left-hander, this
Oh, look,
effectively the dipper of Hampton Downs.
Yeah, now surely Aerosmith covers on this corner. He knows how strong Chris is in the Pennzoil car.
Yep.
So he will cover with the Liquor Molly Chevy. Just forces him into
Drew's
it.
got the drive. Drew's got the drive.
And see Chris very sideways on the exit. Venter now past Dawson. We missed that, J-Man.
Yeah,
so
we
Dawson,
did miss that. Yep.
Dawson with a bit of a wriggle. Allowing Venter now chasing down Simpson. This was the next battle that we were calling. And now Venter was only just taken onto the back of the...
Chris through. Sorry, I just missed that. It was between turn 1 and 2. So Stewie got a little bit wrong out of turn 1. And that was enough for OR Chris. We talked about the strength of that car in turn 1. Stewie still right there in the hunt. I mentioned the top of the broadcast there of this race that he wouldn't be that fast. Oh, he has a big look down into the left-hander.
I think Aerosmith still thinks he's got the measure tyre-wise on Chris. I think
side by side to the final corner, mate. Going too wide through here. It's going to get it's a long way round for Stewie. Gets it sideways.
Oh, looking for that drive off the corner.
It's going to be tough. I tell you what, he's going to have his work cut out for him. And as I think
all that's
3,
going
4,
on,
5 round up. And I tell you what, Dawson's got a run here on. Dawson's got a run on Maxi. On Venter. Oh, and I think it's because the Maxi car is...
Maxi's car is actually... We just see that in the background there.
Yep.
Just a little bit sketchy. It's got some ping issues there, so that might have...
played some divvies in it.
Oh, without a doubt, J-Man, as these guys just navigate that car.
The Stewie's still hanging on the back here. Chris is definitely going to have to drive a solid final...
Oh, we've got 4 minutes.
3 laps to go to bring this thing home. Or 4 laps to go, sorry.
Look, you know what I'm looking forward to is the 25-minute mania between these two boys here. Given just the way they tend to be struggling with their tyre wear at the moment.
Yeah, look, Stewie's still there. He's still in the draft. So can he close up? Look how strong this Pennzoil Mustang is into turn 1, though. It just tips in. Although Stewie equally up to the task. Pushes a little bit wide through the middle, so possibly a little bit shallow on the entry, compromises the exit. But great battle here. Simpson, Dawson. This is where it's at, mate, right now. Dawson having a big look on Simpson out of turn 1 into 2. Simpson needs to keep the eyes forward.
He really needs to keep his head together here, J-Man. And, tricky little part of the circuit here, this midsection here. Just cut back, and that's Venter in the background, ever eager to take any advantage at all that he can from the exchange from these two guys.
Yeah, and heating up at the back there, the recovering Richo and Fieldsy just right on the back of Martin. And actually, Richo looking for an outside line on Martin.
On
It's
Martin.
going to be a long way round.
So watch that into the final corner as well, J-Man.
Yep. Simpson under big pressure again from Dawson as they come across the front straight past the pit lane, tip it down into turn 1. Simpson opts for a shallow line. Dawson sweeps around the outside.
Oh, and how close was Simpson to the wall there, J-Man?
Super, super close.
2 minutes to run. These guys have got another lap or two here to go.
Yeah, I think where is Chris? They're going to get this one, and there'll be 2 more to run, mate. There will be 2 more to run. So Simpson,
definitely.
Looking for an inside move once again. Dawson down through the left-hander, diminishing returns on the entry because it tightens up as they tuck down and use the camber of that corner. And now Tinnis Venters re-inspired.
Well in the mix now.
Yep.
With 1 more lap to go here. Dawson very sideways in the Dodge, trying to get the power down early. Good run from Venter.
Chris Smith. Oh, he had a big look into 1. He had a big look down the inside of Chris there. So he's still well on the hunt, well on the bumper as they head down into 2. He's right in touch. So other tyres going away in the final phase of this race on that Pennzoil Shell Mustang. Because Stewie is right there, mate. He hasn't given up on this one. Look at the drive as they head up the hill.
And
I feel like the Camaro's got a little bit more tyre underneath it.
I tend to agree, J-Man.
He's right there, mate.
But Chris
he is right
making no mistakes at all as they run down to the final corner. Simpson with a gap on Dawson over to Aerosmith pushing
right
it right to the limit.
He is under the wing, mate. He's going to look for a run down to 1 here. If he can switch back to the other side, get to the inside. So he's looking for the outside. He really needs to be on the other side, or is he going to hold? Is he going to hold?
It goes over. There's contact there.
Gets out of it. Readdresses.
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
Aerosmith.
He gets out of it. I think he gave that back. Said, sorry, mate. I want to do it clean. Square and fair. I tell you what, Chris will be absolutely loving this. We've seen races where he's just driven off into the distance. No such thing tonight.
Both of these guys,
the final lap, guys.
They'll be grinning from ear to ear, J-Man.
It's not done, mate. It is not done because Stew's right there. Can he have a send into the final corner?
Final corner. Just starting to range up on some lap vehicles now. And just in the background there, Dawson Simpson as well. As here we go, Aerosmith, another tap on the back of Chris's car. Chris clearly suffering for turning a tyre. And Aerosmith just keeping him on it.
It's a drag race. It's a drag race to the finish. Chris is going to get it.
Wow.
By the smallest of margins, under 0.2 of a second at the end, just over 1.5. Kenny Simpson holds off for Pete Dawson for a podium position over Tinnis Venter. And I'll tell you what, in the back of shot, I was actually just watching Paul Field round up Vaughan Martin. Now he's right on the back of Richo. Richo, I'm not sure whether he lifted or got a little bit sideways and decided to get out of it, but Fieldsy's gone round. Maybe that's a little bit of a gentlemanly agreement based on the incident earlier in the race.
Or maybe just trying to stay out of the points.
But simply for a good 6th position, in there, and then Coral Spring, 7th, and then up to that battle we just spoke of, Paul Field, Richo, Vaughan Martin, Les Wilson.
Les across the line, Hainsworth across the line. No, Hainsworth just rounding the final corner now, J-Man, as we...
Yeah, holding off a Phil Davison car that is great to see this Mustang finish the race. With the PC issues he had, it's a great job. Maxi back to the pits, P14. What a great race. Now, I'm super, super excited and pumped for the guy we're going to bring up. Grabs a podium. It's been a long time since we got to talk to this guy, but, mate, he defended that P3 all race long. Simo, what a great race.
Yeah, that was a hard one. Yeah, that was very hard.
Were you telling yourself to look forward rather than look back with Dawson all over the back of you?
I'd look forward when I get a gap, and then he'd come back, and then it was, I was guarding. Yeah.
Oh well, you've done yourself and CQ Steel proud here tonight in race 2, mate, because that was an absolutely fantastic race for yourself, mate.
Great race, mate.
Yeah, no, that was good. The boys, I thought I'd keep with the front runners, but I couldn't hang on. So
Hey,
Well, it
look,
was
no, you are one of the front runners, Kenny, tonight, because you're on the podium, brother. That's why we're talking to you. So, top
Yeah.
3, mate. Nice
Clutch
work.
move into turn 1 there at the start of that one, Kenny, to race out a P4 off the grid for the start of that race and grab that P3. I think that was the clutch move of the race for you, and then to maintain it and hold it. I think that was critical. Starting out a P3 for this one, mate. Obviously, switch sides for the start of this race. Go get him, mate. I'm sure you can give us a back-to-back podium here, mate.
Definitely.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah, thanks, boys.
Nice
Well done,
work.
bud.
Kenny
Well done.
Simpson, everyone in the CQ Steel Industries Mustang J-Man, one of the official sponsors.
Yeah, and the next guy up, we're going to grab him. He went out a P1 for race 1, led a big part of that race and got engaged in an absolute dogfight with his old sparring partner, Chris. What a great race, Stewie Aerosmith.
Yeah, I think the one that got away there, I don't know if you caught it on the stream, but I come out of turn 1 and a car was across the road and I didn't know which side to go and I ended up at the fence and lost the position.
No, we did miss that, but we
Was it the yellow greeny of Max?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. It happens, mate. And then I was a bit rough handling on Chris and a few breaking points in those dying laps. So I'll take second, mate.
Yeah, a bit of gizzing going on there. We saw that. There was plenty of feeling. But I tell you what, you've got to be comfortable with your tyre wear in that Camaro. That Liquimoly Chevrolet Camaro looking very, very good on its tyres. Bodes well for the 25 feature, Stewie.
Yeah. I think we'll all be smart to dial a couple of tenths out the car, not go too mad early.
Yep.
But it seems pretty good so far. Still hooked up.
Starting from the front row for the feature, Stewie, go get him, mate. Really loving seeing what we're seeing out of you tonight. Great racing, pal.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Stu Aerosmith, everyone. And last but very much not least, J-Man.
Yeah, he goes one step better for race 2. Does Chris, mate? What a fantastic race, bud. Little bit of gizzing, we call it. A little bit of gizzing on the back bumper there late in the piece, but mate, you had your hands full for another race, mate. You got to be enjoying this one.
Yes, yeah, that was a really good one. I was getting a few taps right at the end. I was a little bit slow, but I was holding the line, and I think I was getting Stu a bit frustrated. But yeah, he gave the position back. He was all good without it. So good fun.
Another 10 minutes to call out of those rear tyres for this next one, Chris. Do you think it's going to get a bit skatey for the field for the back end of this next one?
Potentially. I did struggle, I think, at the end of the first. Oh, actually, I struggled at the end of both races, I think. Struggling with the setup. I need to make a few tweaks. I don't know if it's as rubbered up as the first time we came, like 2 months ago.
Yep.
I'm not sure if the track's set like that. So, yeah, my setup is for a grippier track, and I'm finding the car's just a bit loose. So I need to make a few changes, maybe to make it last the 25 minutes.
Yeah, well, look. You're certainly going to grab the award for turn 2 most sidewaysness to make the apex tonight, mate, because I'll tell you what, and then equally up over the hill, dropping down to the dipper, I've seen you back it in there several times and drive away beautifully. So well done, mate. Great race victory. And look, I think you're up for a really good race in the next one. So go and enjoy it, mate. Go get them. And no doubt, I have no illusion I'll be talking to you again in 25 minutes, mate. Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheers, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you, mate.
Thanks very much, Chris. Chris, again, a J-Man. Look, no surprise. Poking it up on the top spot of the podium there in the second of the 15-minute races. We're going to take a quick break here from the Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble Series, Round 5 at Hampton Downs. We're just top up your bevies, guys. Hit the like and subscribe, and don't go anywhere because we're going to be back for the 25-minute feature race here in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Good evening and welcome everyone again to Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series. If you have joined the broadcast late, we have just witnessed two epic 15-minute races here at Hampton Downs in the Ta2 RF2 mod. We're about to go into the 25-minute main. It is proudly brought to you by, of course, Matchfit Entertainment. You've got NAUTECH on board. You've got CQ Steel Industries, local stuff. Also, KOOKABURRA Cycles as well. Local businesses getting involved here. And look, if it's brought to you by Matchfit Entertainment, it means me, Davo, and J-Man, my wingman here, is right by my side, calling all the action. J-Man, 25-minute main. Look, with the V8Rumble safety car is just leading these guys around now. And we're about to go green on the 25-minute main race here, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know that I'd want to be a rear tyre out there for this 25-minute feature. So especially not on the 69 car of OR Chris, because he's been given them plenty of attention. Look for Aerosmith here to try and dominate strong, but also Tinnis Venter on Simpson. Now Simpson got a great start race 2.
We got Simpson, Dawson, Coyle, and the newcomer Timperley J-Man. We are about to go green. Round 5, Hampton Downs.
Good jump from OR Chris. Also another good jump from Simpson to hold that 3.
Good
Dawson
tidies.
out wide. Venter going to challenge down to turn 2. Does challenge indeed.
Oh, gets it all wicked up and makes it happen, J-Man. Nice work.
Pretty clean through there.
Dawson just out of that, and now Tinnis concentrating on the back of Kenny Simpson's car immediately. Lap 1 here, round 5. The main game.
Timperley incredibly sideways down through 2 there. 2, 3 under pressure there from Coil Spring.
And
Richo right in behind as well.
Richo tucked in behind. Fieldsy with just an awful race in race 2, J-Man. Put him back down into the mid-pack of the field. But the mid-pack here is epic. I'll tell ya. As the boys roll up out of the final corner here. OR Chris leading the pack. Stu Smith, Kenny Simpson.
Keys to the race here tonight for this feature will be tyre preservation, and I think Stu Aerosmith, with all the confidence, knowing that tyre has been good for in the 15-minute races 1 and 2. Keep the pressure on OR Chris. Pressure him into driving that thing incredibly quick, so that the final 10 minutes you may have an advantage with the tyre underneath you based on setup. We heard OR Chris saying he was going to reach for the toolbox and give that thing a tune-up because he wasn't happy.
Yeah, and you could clearly see it, J-Man, at the end of the second of the 15-minute races there. The Chris looked like he was struggling with rubber over the Liquid Moly Chevy as everybody just settles in. This is a 25-minute main, J-Man.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more civilised this start.
It does, definitely. Out of the back of Coyle's car.
Richo in tow. Fieldsy in behind there. Vaughan Martin in behind there. And then we've also got Les Wilson in the Nengen car, followed by Davison. Have got Tim Hainsworth there, and then Maxi backing up the pack there, just in that car. Looks a lot more stable on the internet there, so that's good to see. But Stu Aerosmith sort of lost a little bit of margin on the 69 car the previous lap. He's bridged that all back again. So I wonder
or has he?
Yeah, well, he's grabbed it all back, and I'm just wondering, does Chris, we see him wag the tail there out of 4-5, so just a little bit of a wag of the tail. He doesn't want to be doing that too early, but I'll tell you what, Timperley, Coil Spring, Richo, that is a hot battle at the moment.
Oh, definitely, J-Man. Cameras on that at the moment, and we can just see in the 4 shot there, that was Venter on Simpson as well, so one to keep an eye on. But Coil Spring, Richo, It's all happening there. Richo looking at the inside. We will get up to that Venter Kenny Simpson battle as they drop into one.
Venter into the wall.
Did he tag that there?
Yeah, he grabbed the inside wall through one. Easily done when you're just trying to tip it in. It's such a blind apex down into turn one at Hampton Downs. Not hard to rub the wall there and then really throw the car out. Loses a bit of margin. However, Stewie Aerosmith lost no margin at all at the moment to the 69 car of Chris there. He's going with him, and they've got a clear gap at the moment around about, what have they got? Just around 2 seconds on Simpson, so...
Oh, Richo on coil. Runs wide, gets the over and under. Back
Yeah, he
on
does.
it. Nice work. That
Yeah,
will
beautiful
ramp
job.
up there, Jamie.
Now,
So,
where's
Richo-
Dawson tucked in there behind Venter now? That's another car. So the orange Dodge with the purple mirrors, Pete Dawson, the 54 car. That's a car I feel like is going to race forward in this 25-minute feature. Chris with the fastest lap of the race on a 101.3 versus a 101.5 that lap for Stu Harrison. So still very much in touch.
Hard to take the eyes off Coyle
Richo
and
and Coyle.
Richo into
Yep.
T2. J-Man gets it done.
Yeah, beautiful pass down there, and it's not going to get any easier because Paul Field is lining up now.
And look how quick Fields is coming as well, J-Man. Very, very quickly. Already
Yeah, a little bit
tagging
of
the back
gizzing.
of Coyle. Little bit of giz going on
Vaughan
there.
Vaughan Martin doing a better job. He's just tucked in behind these guys too, so if he can just sit in here, just follow the lines of Paul Field, and maybe try and go with Fieldsy this race, that'll serve him well. Venter now right up on the back of Kenny Simpson also. Aerosmith well in touch, looking to finish off where he left off race one. Right in the toe. I reckon you have a big look at turn one here, Davo. As we see, Chris goes shallow really early to cover off Stewie.
Very shallow here. Look at this. Oh, look, and Aerosmith having to prop there, J-Man, just to cover it. And Aerosmith's got
He's
him
got to
ready to
run out of
do.
one. Yeah, he'll do the deed here, but Chris will have the rights to the left-hander after this turn three.
Oh,
turn
very,
four.
very disciplined racing from these two guys. You know how hard these cars are to muscle, J-Man.
Yeah,
These guys really going at it.
But look at where Stewie can place the car. It just bodes well
Again.
for the duration of this race. He can go over, under, he can
Wait,
go wide, he can go
like you
shallow.
said,
cut back.
he literally can put that Chevy wherever he wants to. Look in the
Venter.
background, Simpson and
Venter.
Venter.
Richo and Timperley have a little touch up through that left-hander as well, mate. So that's getting all excited and behind him.
Oh,
behind them.
contact between Venter and Simpson. Simpson deals with it.
Oh.
Venter does not.
No. And hard to flick spin these cars, I've noticed.
So Timperley, is that Richo? Actually, Richo off track again. We see him with the whole front clip off that car last race, man. Look at it. Look at the trainer cars behind him.
I know, just watch Stewie Aerosmith, I tell you, is a real chance at turn one with faking Chris into running just too wide down through there because he shows the nose every single lap. But yeah, back to the Timperley Richo Coil Spring battle. Look at that. That is, what is that? Fieldsy up the inside of Coil Spring now.
Oh,
Down
it makes
through
it happen.
third
It makes
line.
it happen immediately.
Vaughan Martin going to have a big look on the inside of Cool Spring. Oh, he actually has to open the steering up, both of them wide through there. Who's the next car in line? Les Wilson will have the box seat view of all of this battle
for
just
sure,
up the road.
For sure, J-Man. As these guys just start to sort themselves out in the mid-pack, and the mid-pack again, epic as ever, J-Man.
I raised my eyebrows before in the comms box when Stewie Aerosmith said that they would take a couple of tenths out of the start of this race to preserve the tyres. I don't see any
I
of
can't
that
see
going
any
on
of
right
that. I can't see any of that.
Now Aerosmith goes wide. Can he do this cutback? He did it. Oh, very close to tagging the wall through one. Both of them actually. Very, very close.
So we just had cameras on Timperley there. Timperley and Pete
Richo.
Dawson. Oh, Richo, should I say.
Yep, so that's ramping up. Richo's car looks very, very good at this phase of the race, making the apex really strong, looking to float the car wide off the corners. He's inside, he's outside, he's sizing this Chevrolet Camaro up. So this is Dodge on Chevy. Battle of the
Oh, and there it is. Look at that.
Works it up. He's going to be on the wrong side of the circuit here, but can he make Timperley run No, Tipley does a beautiful job defending
nice
that. But
work. So both newcomers to the series, J-Man, last week.
Yep.
And both of them really showing some great form here in 5th and 6th provisionally at the moment. And we watch Richo get the dodge off the corner nicely. Tucked up behind Tipley. Here we go.
There's going to be a chance for turn 1 here.
Tipley covering. We've got to keep an eye on what's going on up at the pointy end, J-Man, but at the moment, this is where the battle is. Here it is, and Tipley again covers. Oh, how close is that?
Beautiful driving for both these guys.
This is classy stuff, given the brutal nature of these cars, J-Man.
Look who's right there, Fieldsy in the mix now.
He's just going, go on, guys. You go for it.
Aerosmith goes to the outside, and Chris defending on the inside to the final corner.
Oh, here we go. Watch this. See if Aerosmith can actually pick up the throttle hard enough. Yeah,
he's got good drive. He's got very good drive.
Man.
But now you stick with him there for a second, Davo. You watch the way that Stewie will fake the nose of this car to the inside. Okay, no, because Chris covers down the inside again. So he's got that line worked out. He knows how strong Stewie is down there.
This is far from over. 15 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Dawson on the background on Kenny. Shows the nose down into 2. Kenny doesn't fall for it. Tips it in. Makes the apex.
And then we got the Tipley, Richo, Paul Field battle. J-Man.
Going off.
Absolutely going off. And Tipley, what a great work from both these. Like, we know Richo, J-Man.
Yeah, welcome back to Hardcore, Richo. Where you belong in the thick of the battles, mate. And Tipley, this is what we're about, mate.
Tipley, on the other hand, a bit of an unknown to yourself and me, J-Man, but really showing some really good quality defensive racing there so far, J-Man.
Oh, Tinnis Venter has gone a long way back. Okay, so sorry, that's him recovering after that spin at the final turn.
Yep.
I just picked up on Vaughan Martin, very much in a battle with Coolspring, and then Les Wilson, just right there as well, just hanging into that pack there. That should become a trio by the end of this one, because we know that Les Wilson will drive the car very, very straight all the way home. Once again, I've just gone back up to the front where you are, and Stewie Aerosmith all over this Pennzoil car.
Mate, it's all happening. Simpson with that little bit of breathing space between himself and Dawson. Dawson, no slouch. That could change pretty quickly, J-Man. But the Tipley, Richo, Paul Field battle, and it's on.
It is on.
As
Richo
Richo again,
to work out
where to go. Inside, outside. Here we go.
Oh, look, he's got the drive here. He's got the drive.
Yeah, but he's got the outside run into the right-hander. Final corner. Fieldsy's just going, yes, guys, just keep going at it. Here we go. Out of the final corner, Richo looking.
And Tipley will cover here again, although Richo fakes it early, goes to the inside very, very early. Oh, I feel like Fieldsy's the guy.
Fieldsy. Oh, he's right there, J-Man.
He is right there. This will be hard under brakes, 3 wide in here. Fieldsy's going to turn up here unsided. And Richo super sideways through the middle of that turn 4 and 5.
No surprise. Oh,
it to the inside.
Gets a bit of overlap. There's a bit of a touch up there.
Oh, I tell you what, he did a good job of getting out of that.
Yeah, Richo backing out of that, allowing Tipley to just carry on. But that is put Fields well up underneath the rear wing of Richo's Dodge there, J-Man.
Well, we're only two and a half odd minutes away from uncharted territory here tonight. All of the first 2 races, obviously 15-minute races. This one's a 25. There's 12 and a half minutes to go. So this is the point where I just think Stewie needed to be in touch. Stewie needed to be in touch with Chris here.
Did he what?
He's in with a shot.
Definitely. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us here again for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series, Round 5 at Hampton Downs. Hit the like and subscribe button, please.
Fieldsy, Richo.
Richo and Phil. Richo super sideways in behind Tipperley again.
Yeah, those tyres aren't going to like that for another 11 minutes
Rich,
50.
Oh, do you think Richo's feeling the pressure, J-Man? I think he is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Tipperley's doing a great job here, just holding this this pack off. And who was that? Was that Pete Dawson I seen having a look at Simpson up the road? It was. So.
Oh, but has he got it? Look, Simpson driving a very measured race tonight, J-Man. We saw it in the in R2, and
Yep.
We're seeing it again now.
Another one to look at, mate, is Martin.
And now
Wilson
Chris
Venter.
really covering his line into 2, J-Man. Probably
Yep.
more than we've seen it so far. So really maybe thinking, oh, is this tyre again very sideways? And look, you mentioned it earlier, Aerosmith looking like he can put that Chevy wherever he likes. Do you think he's just sizing him up? Do you think is he just not even pushing and waiting?
I think he's playing the patient game, and I do believe, if you'd asked me this 2 or 3 rounds ago at this point of the race, do I think Stewie's got a shot? I probably would have said no, but tonight I'm going to say I think the 77 car of Stewie Aerosmith's got eyes on the prize to win this one. Yeah, absolutely. So, and that, I'm not taking anything away from Chris. I just think that...
Oh, not at all, J-Man. I totally agree. And we just saw it in the first 2 races. It just looked like the Chevy just looked after its rubber a bit better.
Awesome.
It was a bit more dominant. I can't keep my eyes off Timperley, Richo and Paul Field, J-Man, at the moment because it is just going off. I know we got Simpson and Dawson so close, but look at this trio. I think Fields is just like going... I got close before, and I nearly got tangled up. Maybe I'll just hang back here a little bit. He's just in touch, isn't he?
He is, and I can tell you in the last lap, Venter rounded up Wilson and Martin, and now that's left Wilson to really go on the attack on Martin through Sector 2. So right in touch, but Venter's on a recovery mission here. P9 currently trying to size up Coil Spring. However, once again, you go back to the front. And Stewie Aerosmith through. Oh no, Chris, I just picked it up at the back of shot. It was
so out of the final corner there.
Yeah, looked to be out of the final corner. So something's changed there. I just saw the last part of it.
Okay,
see what set it up. But
that's not over yet. We know.
We were just mentioning that the 77 car, I felt like it had something in it. I didn't think it would be this early.
Oh, look, J-Man, we're 10 minutes to go, or 9 minutes to go, should I say, and Aerosmith passed. This will be an interesting fight. Has Chris got the mumbo? Has he got that tyre underneath him? That's it. Dawson on Simpson is very close, J-Man. And then we've got the Timperley. Look at how close this is. How can you take your eyes off that? Oh! Richo around the outside. That is a massive look, and look at Fields.
Fieldsy's going to have a run here. Fieldsy needs to cut back to the inside here. Cut to the inside, Fieldsy. Fire it down there.
Whoa.
Ever the gentleman.
Whoa. It's all going on.
Oh, also Coil Spring, Venter, Martin, Yuli, and then also who's that in behind? That's Phil Davison.
So the
the
camera boys have got their work cut out for them tonight, J-Man, trying to keep up with, look, what have we got? All of 14 guys on track, and it's freaking out of control. So awesome stuff from all involved. And Aerosmith getting a bit of a gap on Chris. Look, we have really called this throughout the whole night, whether Chris had the tyre underneath him, whether that car setup was just burning the rubber a little bit too hard.
There's another dynamic about to play out the next 2 laps too, mate, and the fact that they are catching Timmy Hainsworth and Maxi. So
definitely. We've also got the Kenny Simpson, Pete Dawson battle going on, and as always, since last week, we've got the Timperley Richo battle going on.
These guys went at it at Queensland Raceway also.
These guys are not mucking around. I could use other superlatives, but I'll say mucking because it is on, J-Man. And look at Paul Field And the purple people eater in the background. And here we go
Richo
again.
with a run. Richo with a run. He looked for the inside now. We've seen
Timperley covers.
with the outside line here. He covers. Beautiful. Yeah, great bit of driving.
Super tight stuff from all these guys.
Now, we've seen the margin out as much as 8 tenths between Aerosmith and Chris. It's out at 7 1/4 tenths at the moment. So Stewie doing a beautiful job. I mean, you know, we sound like fanboys when we talk about Stewie Aerosmith at the moment. We do get to call this guy a lot. He is in a sweet spot in his sim racing career at the moment. He seems to be able to turn up in multiple mods and manufacturers in different class of racing and
he's making it happen.
Point it up the front end. So he's doing a great job, and long may it last for a guy that is super humble and gentlemanly in his approach to the racing. So
definitely J-Man, without a doubt. And look, are we a fanboy of a few people? We are a fanboy of a few people, I tell you.
We're fans of everyone.
Whew, yeah, look, especially when they race at this sort of caliber and intensity, J-Man. Look.
Oh, now Stewie caught up with Max Cat down into the thing and then gets rotated by Chris. It's all gone incredibly bad, incredibly quick.
It looks like Chris is trying to readdress that
Kenny Simpson
situation.
And Dawson coming around the corner. I'll tell you what, it is going to be a 4-way very, very shortly. It looks like Stewie's told Chris to carry on.
Yep.
Because there's danger behind. It'll be interesting to see how the boys treat this at the back end of the race. I feel like Chris is labouring, but he's got to be careful here.
Because we've got Simpson on the move. Here we go. So we just look over the rear wing, over Chris's car. Let's Aerosmith back through. Now that is Simpson and Dawson, J-Man.
Oh, look
now these guys are going to look how Dawson is on Simpson now. Because that's bunched them up. There's been a little bit of, there's probably been a little bit of chatter over the voice chat there, J-Man.
Absolutely.
These guys will be well aware what's going on and thinking, oh, yes, let's get amongst that.
yeah. Let's have a part of that.
Let's have a part of that. But we've got to go back to Timperley. Richo
and Fieldsy.
Oh, mate, because this ain't going away. This is going to be a cracker finish of this race. Just under 4.5 minutes to go. And we've got the top 4 drivers, like, very close.
Oh, I hope the maxi car doesn't play back into this because it's back in front of these guys. So we heard that was the car that played into race 2's incident. So hopefully they can clear that car.
So provisionally,
I still think Chevy's got the pace here, mate.
Provisionally, we've got Aerosmith, Chris, Kenny Simpson, Pete Dawson,
Simply Richo. And Fieldsy sideways
too. Here we go. Again. Richo looking for that move. Just doesn't quite have it. So disciplined between these two guys. Little to no contact throughout this 25-minute at least, J-Man. Yep. Super close. Like Richo's car, I've seen that thing tucked up behind Timperley's car so many times. Again. We look
right down through the
left-hand
dipper.
Wow. Oh.
And a little bit of dirt on the way out. Sees him a little bit sideways. Now under pressure from Fieldsy. Fieldsy right on the hunt for the final right-hander. Maxi pulls out of the way. Well, it appears to. He's in the thick of it here, mate. So gets out of the way.
Over the back here of Timperley's car again. Richo Fields with the draft. Or has he? Into T1.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
and Chris super close with Stewie here now. Has the tyres plateaued? Have they levelled out? Has Stewie got similar to what Chris has got after that little bit of a transit through the grass? Did that hurt the tyre?
2.5 minutes to go, J-Man, with Max. We've got a out of position car there in amongst the field there. He lets those boys go. Nice work from Max.
Oh, Richo in the fence.
Oh, no.
Stationary.
Oh, no. And we've got Fields. Looks like he's redressing J-Man as well. So
let's Timperley off the hook.
Wow.
Couple of laps to go as they cross the line with about 2 minutes to go. So I think we're going to see this one and potentially one more depending on the pace, but I think it will be this one and one more. Stewie's got to hang on. He's got to hang on for 2 more laps.
Oh, and so does Kenny, J-Man, with Dawson
Absolutely.
all over the back of him at the moment. They know they've got 2 more to go. Kenny, really disciplined drive, J-Man.
Yeah, super duper.
Really good, tidy stuff. Look, literally 0 mistakes from the CQ Steel Industries car here for the 25-minute main. And really in race 2 as well. Just sitting in mid-pack, worked his way through the field as others made mistakes. We've got to get back up the pointy end here. Chris and Aerosmith.
Chris has wrapped it up. He's applied the blowtorch now. Stewie a little bit skatey on the shift.
Bit gun shy maybe.
Yeah, on the second, third shift out of the final corner there.
And again into T1.
Wilson, Coyle, that's a big battle as well going on. Also Fieldsy and Davidson.
Is this the final lap, J-Man?
I believe it is. I believe it's going to come down to the final seconds.
Chris super sideways in behind Aerosmith. Just
if they get across the line for one more, David, it would be by 1 or 2 seconds at best.
Just looking over the rear wing of Aerosmith's
Such
car.
a good battle.
Just looking. Oh, sparks.
Yeah,
oh,
great drive this lap here from Stewie. So if this is the final lap, I'm going to call it a great lap because he's really just disciplined in his approach to this lap. And even if there is one more, he may have enough with 7.5 tenths up his sleeve.
No, this is it. This will be it, J-Man.
3, 2, 1. This will be an emphatic victory for Stewie Aerosmith to take 2 of 3 here tonight. Beautiful drive there from both those drivers. Stewie Aerosmith takes 1.
Look, absolutely.
Chris from 2. Kenny Simpson just holds on for P3 over Pete Dawson. Aaron Timperley.
Oh, so Simpson gets that as we just see both those boys just sliding into T1 there.
Yeah. Timperley
5th. Awesome effort. Tinnis with a good recovery in 6th. Coyle.
Oh, look at this battle. Fieldsy sideways out the final turn. That was a battle between Phil Davison and Paul Field. That was. So that was effectively 8th, 9th and 10th. There was very, very close. And Vaughan Martin brings the car around behind Richo. So Richo P11 across the line. Martin all sorts of sideways as he comes across the line. He might have got a little bit too sideways and grabbed the pit wall. Tears the front end of that Mustang out of it. Leaves the front right guard behind.
As we pick up on Max rolling through the final corner for 13th position, and Timmy Hainsworth across the line in
over the guard of Vaughan Martin.
J-Man, what a look! We knew that was going to be epic. We after the first 2 15-minute races, we knew that was going to be on, and that it was. Aerosmith and OR Chris going at it, and we will be talking to Kenny Simpson again, ladies and gentlemen, for 3rd position.
Give us a second.
Oh, come on. You've got one job, J-Man. And look, we will thank everybody again for joining us here at Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series. You just witnessed round 5 at Hampton Downs. Proudly brought to you by Matchfit Entertainment, NAUTECH, CQ Steel Industries, official sponsor.
Yeah, Simo in here for P3, mate. What a great race, buddy. Sorry, Davo. Mate, you back-to-backed it. 2 podiums at the back end, race 2 and race 3, but that one you had to bloody earn that one big time, mate.
Oh, yes, I've sweat.
Hey?
That was a big one, yeah. I thought the race actually went pretty quick, I thought, but...
Yeah, 100%, mate.
It's only 25 minutes, mate.
Yeah. Mate, and you save the best to last. Look, fortunately, mate, you do get a week off between this one and Sydney Motorsport Park for the finale, but look, mate, you've come good at the right time of the season. That was an outstanding drive, mate.
Yeah, I needed
How'd you
that.
nerve? How'd you nerve off the start? But how'd you nerve the whole race against that dodge of Pete Dawson, Simo?
I don't want to do it again. That,
Of course you
that was,
do. Of course you
yeah,
do.
no,
No,
that was. He put it. He gave it. He. I think he had a little bit more than me and the front boys. I just couldn't get the grip. I don't think it was
yeah,
just a little
nah,
bit hard at the end. There, she's getting a bit slippery and slipperier.
nothing to sneeze at. A couple of podiums, though, Simo. Well done,
No,
mate.
that was
Enjoy
good.
that one. Good
Yep.
luck trying to get to sleep tonight after that excitement, pal.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time you take, mate, to dig it in with these things and have a chat with us. So cheers.
Definitely. Good on you, Kenny.
Good to
Thank
be
you,
up here
Simo.
with you. Yep. No
Cheers,
worries.
mate. Cheers, buddy.
Kenny Simpson, everyone.
And the next guy, man, I mean, we've had this guy pretty much in the booth every single time we go to racing these Ta2s.
Pretty well.
Yeah, and tonight was no exception.
Nah.
Got out there, had a good battle, lost the lead, but then attacked. A little bit of an incident with, I think, a back marker there. Gentlemanly stuff going on. Mate, I thought you were under massive pressure there, Chris, with losing third and fourth, the way that you readdressed that, mate. What a race.
Yeah, it was an exciting race. Yeah, like I said, I was looking for a few changes in between the races, and I think I went backwards.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign when you're heavily defending about 5 minutes into a 25-minute race. So yeah, it was looking at the mirrors quite a lot.
Well, we did bring up the pulling the spanners out in between races, didn't we, J-Man? And
We did.
we wondered how you went with it, and it was pretty obvious pretty quickly that you it was probably not going the right way.
However, though, 3 laps to go, or maybe 3 or 4 laps to go, I thought the tyre got a second win, or you certainly did, because after that, you really put the attack after that little readdress, and you guys pulled away from third and fourth, and you really put the blowtorch on the back of Stewie for the back end of that one, and then he just sort of managed to make a little bit of margin the back end of that final lap, and it was to be the final lap by, a few seconds. But such a great drive tonight, Chris. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, it definitely was closing in a bit more right before. Yeah, we had that little incident. Yeah, it was a slower back marker. Just I think it was caught out, and then I was caught out by him blowing up so much. But I was gaining on him the lap or two prior, so I think that just disrupted my flow. If that just had continued on, I might have got him. But there was a bit of pace. I think I just either got the consistency just right, but the car just wasn't there. Stu in the last corner was just too quick every time, and that's the easiest passing spot, and he'd always just pencil 2 away every time, so made it really hard to pass.
Well, we waited 5 rounds to get the battle that we wanted from you and
from
the
round
other
one,
and the other contenders, because we've seen what you can do with fresh air. So for us, nothing short of absolute entertainment tonight. Obviously, a little bit short of the mark on the engineering. We've seen you deliver such quick cars every week, but hey, nonetheless, mate, to back that up and obviously win race 2 and then second in race 3, mate. What an outstanding effort. And look, the night that Fieldsy had and co, I think that's going to see a little bit of a shake around on the points heading into the finale in 2 weeks, Chris. So certainly hope you make that one, because that's going to be epic under lights at Sydney Motorsport Park.
I really don't mind finishing second rather than flying in first. I'd rather have a nice battle. Rather than
You certainly got it tonight, mate. 100%.
Yeah,
So
that was good. So hopefully I'll throw up next week and have another nice battle with you.
And we totally agree. We love that battle as well. So
yeah.
Definitely a thumbs up from us, mate, as well.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Because
it was on.
The racing IQ that you bring, you can see that, we can see where you're sizing drivers up and stuff. And we saw you put on an absolute clinic here in the shakedown. So it was really, really entertaining to see you go to battle with a couple of these drivers tonight. So well done, Chris, on a great result here in round 5. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, mate.
Well, thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. And last but not least, Davo, the man of the minute. And this will just extend his championship lead just that little bit more. But what an amazing victory. And Stewie, was it all about the tyre there in that final one?
Yeah. I mean, I think I said at the last interview to be nice at the start, but I just couldn't with Chris there. I had to attack. I really want those points. So, Yeah, that wasn't too bad at the back end. A little bit of a wiggle, little moment there, getting caught out with a back marker. But yeah, Chris redressed. So well done, Chris, tonight, and Kenny, a couple of podiums. Everyone else, brilliant.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like, that was just so much entertainment and such a dominant round. I said the start of that one when you were tucked into second position, and you actually only left it about a half a lap before you got it done down at the final corner, I think it was it, Stu, when you made the pass?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sort of said, look, it does very much look like the 77 car tonight was the car to beat, and certainly I felt like at that point you were just sitting in there playing the patient game and waiting because you had the tyre underneath you.
Patience, J-Man, didn't really come up on my radar. Years because it looked like Stewie was putting pressure on Chris all that last final race there, but it looked like the Camaro had the measure and you were just waiting and just waiting.
Yeah,
patiently waiting, I think.
Yeah, I kind of felt really strong out of the last corner. I sort of set the car up so it really rotated on throttle, kind of like how a Porsche does, and I could sort of get it brake, turn in, get on the throttle, and it would sort of rotate, and I'd many laps, I could catch on them and get a draft or pull away. So I think that was my strong suit at that corner tonight, sort of saved my ass and gave me a good finish.
Yeah, good stuff. And I really did like the way that you were looking, certainly race 2 and then race 3 at the inside line, shallow entry to turn 1. However, well read by our Chris to start covering that, and that really took that away from you. But we saw one really good run out of there from when you went wide and cut back. But it was a game of two halves, and an arm wrestle with yourself and Chris tonight, and you got the upper hand overall, mate. So well done. I believe that's enough to take the round. And like I said, extend the championship lead. So well done, Stu Aerosmith. You're an absolute pleasure to watch at the moment, mate.
Yes, I appreciate it, guys. Really, really good, fun series, and I'm having a ball.
Well done, mate. Cheers, Stu. Talk to you in a bit, mate. Thank you.
See you.
Yes. Okay, now, I did ask for, was why I shot away.
We're gonna get some wild cards in here, aren't we?
So
I know you.
There's three blokes. Yeah, there's 3 blokes. I asked them to hang around because there was so much feeling in that race. Now I've grabbed Azza, Richo, and Fieldsy in here because I feel like they were trying to weld together a couple of 3 cars and just create this limousine effect. That one, boys, tell us how good that race was for you.
Wow.
Yeah, Dodge doesn't fit in the boot of another Dodge. I know that much.
Look, I'm not going to dwell on the moment that it all come unstuck and we saw Richo in the fence, but however, I think for us, the newcomer,
Tim Billy,
it was intense, hey?
Yeah, and hey, look, you're at the fun of it, Azza, and like, mate, only the second round you've been here. You got to enjoy your racing here at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's enjoying the racing, mate. Same with Richo. We were having a great time in there. It's as Richo said. He said he's never had a car with a big enough bonnet, and that was part of the problem. I was just trying to see around it.
Oh, so what was he trying to shorten it, or was that you? No, you were trying to shorten yours. Yeah, you were trying to shorten his boot.
Every time I try and look to go and make a pass, I bloody hit the back of the car and give him a boost.
Look. To be honest, I think the award tonight for defensive driving would go to Azza, and then
yes.
The award for the closest proximity through any apex would have to go to Richo because
Richo on the back of freaking Timberlake. So,
we couldn't see a gap. There was no air gap in there, so it was just like sublime for us.
Yeah, he was making me sweat the whole race. Like it was, pretty incredible.
Yeah. Sorry, what's that, Richo?
I've always liked the close proximity racing. I don't mind sitting up the back of a car through a corner and all of that. Brought me undone with Fieldsy in race 2 though.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one as well. So I'm going to pick on race 2, the 3 wide down through the dip of the left-hander.
Who was that on? Who's that on?
It was certainly. I think it was Richo. You were down there, very very inside. I think Azza was in there as well, and then Fieldsy was just in front of shot and looped it up.
Yeah.
But,
I think Fieldsy might have been unforced, but you guys were going at it.
Super cool stuff and worthy of a chat about it because, mate, like seriously, for the best part of that race, you guys were just absolutely just joined front bumper to bumper. It was so good to watch.
Yeah,
so
very entertaining.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun to race these boys.
And I was getting such a good run on everybody.
Yep.
So I got the run up the inside for the next hairpin in race 2.
Yep.
And yeah, Aaron was right there, so I had to try and hold a really tight line. I don't even know how Fieldsy got sideways. I couldn't see that.
I was doing a bit of drifting out there. It was good fun.
Look, I'm not sure, but I've never seen that move being pulled off at Hampton Downs. And look, nothing short of impressive. Now you boys have got 2 more weeks to wait before you get to go at it again under lights. And I tell you what, I hope you're all there, and I hope you all put on a similar show because that was really, really fun to watch.
And if you don't already know each other, you definitely know each other now. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. No, I'll definitely be there for sure. Like, that racing is just what all sim racing's about, right?
Yeah,
you don't
100%.
always have to win to have good fun.
No,
absolutely.
Clean, hard battle. We're all pointing the right way most of the time, except for me.
I know, Fields right there.
And that's the hobby that we do, mate.
He was pointing the wrong way too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Fieldsy
I was
likes
a bit
to
of
have
a
look at
pinata in race 2, though. But no, it was really good evening, good fun, and a little bit different to the track I was on last week, but it was great fun and great driving these 2 guys. I absolutely had a ball.
Nah, good stuff. Hey, appreciate the chat with you boys. Enjoy the stream back because you guys do feature quite heavily in that third race tonight.
Definitely.
So, well done, boys, and thanks for the chat. And we'll be talking to you all again, I'm sure, in
next
2
week,
weeks' time.
a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thank you,
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. That was Richo, Paul Field, and
Aaron Timperley.
Aaron Timperley. So, man, didn't they keep us busy tonight? My God.
The whole lot. I mean, we were probably looking back on reflection. Race 1 and race 2, we had a couple of clear battle packs going on. Made it kind of easy. Well, easier on you, mate, the race director with the cameras, and myself looking for the battles. But that third race really turned it on, and we've seen this week in, week out. Makes me wonder going forward, viewers, have your say. If we do this again with the Ta2s, should we do 2 25s and a 40? Imagine that. Anyway.
Leave that one. Just leave that one with you guys. That little nugget. That little nugget.
But hey, nonetheless, a great night of racing here at round 5. Super successful night for Stu Arrowsmith. Also, good comeback drive after missing a round for Chris. And then also Kenny Simpson. For me, that's the breakout drive in the Ta2s of the season for Kenny. That's the one.
Sure. Couple of
we
podiums.
thought we would have seen a little bit earlier on. He's really got a handle. And great for the sponsor, CQ Steel Industries.
CQ Steel Industries, yes.
Which is right in there behind Kenny Simpson. It's plastered all over the side of his car. We do appreciate those guys. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to let my good friend and boss man close the show. But thank you, viewers. Really appreciate the support.
Yes, thank you, everyone. That was the wrap-up on, I suppose, round 5 at Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series. Obviously, broadcast and brought to you by Matchfit Entertainment, NAUTECH, CQ Steel Industries, like we just mentioned, sponsoring Kenny Simpson's car, NAUTECH. We've mentioned KOOKABURRA Cycles as well. Whole bunch of guys getting involved with this stuff. Awesome racing again. These guys with short fields punching way above their weight. Ladies and gentlemen, some awesome stuff to get involved with. Hardcore Online Gaming's Discord link is in the description if you want to get involved. And we're going to have a week's break before we come back for the final round, which will be a night round at Sydney Motorsport Park. So definitely one to look out for. J-Man as well. Look, Matchfit's got plenty going on. We've got Master Series over at ASRNZ. We've got the GT3s coming up at ASRNZ. We're doing a bit of GT3 stuff over at Rainlight and ESO in the future with some enduro stuff. But stay in touch. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notifications. If you want to keep up with everything that's going on, that is a wrap for tonight. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Hardcore Online Gaming, Ta2's V8 Rumble. Awesome shit.